4, paragraph page 272.
Okay.
Okay, 272. And our last headword was too many. New word type of lesson.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with revision. Ready?
Okay.
Here
I'm
we
ready.
go. When you do the shopping, do you make a list before going to the supermarket? When you do the shopping, do you make a list before going to the supermarket? Yes or no?
Yes,
When
I
I
do.
do the shopping,
Having I do the
I
shopping,
make a list before going
I make a list before going
to
to
the.
supermarket.
Wait, do you ever go shopping and come home with nothing? Do you ever go shopping and come home with nothing? Yes or no?
Yes, I sometimes go shopping and
And
come
come
home
with.
with nothing.
Very good. Do people generally smile when they're unhappy? Do people generally smile when they're unhappy? No.
No,
People don't
people don't
generally smile
generally
when
smile
they're.
when they are unhappy.
Does good news puts a smile on your face? Does good news puts a smile on your face? Yes. Good
Yes, a
news
good news put a
puts a
smile
smile.
on my face.
Very good. Do you have to pay a tax to the government if you buy a foreign car? Do you have to pay a tax to the government if you buy a foreign car? Yes or no?
Yes, I have to pay a tax to the government
If
if
I
I
buy
buy a
a
foreign
foreign
car.
car. Very good. Okay, next. What are the three forms of an English verb? What are the three forms of an English verb? The three
The
forms
three,
of an
three forms
English
of
verb
an English
are the
verb
present,
are the
the
present,
past,
the past,
and the
and the
past.
past participle.
Very good. Give me an example. Give me an example, please. See, saw,
See,
seen.
saw, seen.
I see him every week.
I see him
Every week.
week every week.
I saw him
Saw
last week.
him last week.
I have seen
I have
him
seen
this week.
him this week.
What are the three forms of kill? What are the three forms of kill? The three
The
forms
three
of
forms of
kill
kill
are
are kill,
kill,
killed,
killed, killed.
killed.
What are the three forms of put? What are the three forms of put? The three
The
forms of
two
put
forms of put
are
are put.
Wait, what are the three forms of come? What are the three forms of come? The three
The
forms
three
of
forms
come.
of come are come,
Come,
came,
came,
come.
come. What are the three forms of give? What are the three forms of give? The three
The
forms
three
of
forms
give
of give
are
are give,
give, gave.
given, are give, gave, given.
Very good. Okay. Which do you prefer, cats or dogs? Which do you prefer, cats or dogs? I prefer
I prefer dogs
to
to
cats.
cats.
Me, I have both. Okay. What is often the result of putting a cat and a dog together? What is often the result of putting a cat and a dog together? The result
The
of
result of
putting a cat
putting a
and a
cat
dog
and dog
together
together
is
is
often
often
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
noise.
noise.
Do people in your country think it's lucky to see a black cat? Do people in your country think it's lucky to see a black cat? Yes or no?
No,
People
people
in
in my country don't
don't
think
think
it's
it's
lucky
lucky
to
to
see
see
a
a
black
black cat.
cat.
They think
They think it's
it's
unlucky.
very good. Do you ever destroy documents that you receive from your bank? Do you ever destroy documents that you receive from your bank? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
some
sometimes
destroy
destroy documents
documents
that
that
I
I
receive
receive
from my
from it.
bank.
Can a fire destroy a building? Can a fire destroy a building? Yes, a
Yes,
fire
a fire
can
can
destroy
destroy a
a
building.
building. Very good. What's the past participle of the verb be? What's the past participle of the verb be? The past
The
participle.
participle of the verb to
One more.
be is be. The
Participle.
participle,
Wait, one more. The past participle
the past
of
participle
the verb to be
of the verb to
is
be
been.
is being.
Have you been to the cinema this week? Have you been to the cinema this week? Yes or no?
No, I haven't been to the cinema this week.
Very good. Have you ever been to Scotland? Have you ever been to Scotland? Yes or no?
No, I haven't been to Scotland.
I've never been to Scotland.
I never been to Scotland.
Very good. Have you been to see the film Titanic? Have you been to see the film Titanic? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've
I've
been
been to see
the
the
film.
film Titanic.
Very good. What's a crime? What's a crime? A crime
A
is
crime
an
is an
action
action
which
which
is.
is against the law.
If I take something from a shop without paying, am I guilty of a crime? If I take something from a shop without paying, am I guilty of a crime? Yes. If
Yes,
you
if
take
you take
something
something
from
from
a
a
shop
shop without
without paying,
paying,
you're
you are
guilty.
guilty of a crime.
Very good. What's the opposite of guilty? What's the opposite of guilty? The opposite
The
of
opposite
guilty
of guilty
is
is
innocent.
innocent.
Very good. Do you always feel guilty when you do something wrong? Do you always feel guilty when you do something wrong? Yes or no?
No, I
You
don't
don't
feel
always feel
always feel guilty
when I
if
do something
when
wrong.
I do something wrong.
Is there very much crime in the town where you live? Is there very much crime in the town where you live? Yes or no?
No, there
There
isn't a
isn't
very much crime
in the
in the
town.
town
Where?
where I live.
Very good. Okay. Do we use the present perfect to talk about our experiences? Do we use the present perfect to talk about our experiences? Yes, we
Yes,
use
we
the
use the
present
present perfect
to
to
talk
talk about
about
our
our.
experiences.
Have you eaten Spanish food? Have you eaten Spanish food? Yes or no?
Yes, I have eaten Spanish food.
Have you visited Paris? Have you visited Paris? Yes or no?
No, I haven't visited to Paris.
Me neither. Have you ever worked on a farm? Have you ever worked on a farm? Yes or no?
No, I never
I
have.
have. I have never
I do.
worked
I have never worked
on a.
on a farm.
Very good. Do we also use the present perfect to talk about the duration of an action up to now? Do we also use the present perfect to talk about the duration of an action up to now? Yes, we
Yes,
also
we
use
also use
the
the
present
present
perfect
perfect
to
to
talk
talk
about
about
the
the
duration
duration of
of
an
an action
action
up
up
to.
to now.
Wait, how long have you lived in your city? How long have you lived in your city? I have lived
I have
in
lived
this
in the
city
city
for.
for 3 years.
Have you studied English for more than 6 months? Have you studied English for more than 6 months? Yes or no?
Yes, I
I
have studied English
for
for more
more.
than 6 months.
Very good. Okay. Do we also use the present perfect to talk about the result now of a past action? Do we also use the present perfect to talk about the result now of a past action? Yes, we
Yes, we
also use
also use the present perfect
to
to
talk
talk
about
about
the
result
result
now
of
of
a.
a past action.
Have you eaten too much today? Have you eaten too much today? Yes or yes? No, no. Yes or no?
No,
I
I
haven't
haven't
eaten
eaten too
too much
much today.
today. Have everybody come to the lesson today? Have everybody come to the lesson today? Yes or no?
No, not
Not
everybody has
has
come
come.
to the lesson today.
Very good. What do too many and too much mean? What do too many and too much mean? Too
Too
many.
much and too many and too much means
An
an
excessive
excessive
number or
number or
quantity,
quantity,
and
and
therefore
therefore
not a
not
good
a
thing.
good thing.
Do children feel ill if they eat too many sweets? Do children feel ill if they eat too many sweets? Yes,
Yes,
children,
children feel ill
if
if
they
they eat
eat too
too
many.
many sweets.
Do you agree that there are too many people in the world with too little food to eat? Do you agree that there are too many people in the world with too little food to eat? Yes or no?
Yes, I agree. There
There
are
are
too
too
many
many people
people in
in
the
the world
world
with
with
too
too little
little.
food to eat.
Very good. Are you too short to touch the ceiling? Are you too short to touch the ceiling? Yes or no?
Yes, I'm
I'm.
too short to touch the ceiling.
Do you think a millionaire has too much money? Do you think a millionaire has too much money? Yes or no?
Yes, I think a millionaire has too much money.
Very good. And that's the end of our revision. Let's
Okay,
continue this new word. Okay. Okay. Next.
okay.
Listen. We can also use too much after a verb. For example, if I eat too much, I feel bad. Let's practice. If people eat too much, do they feel bad? If people eat too much, do they feel bad? Yes. If
Yes,
people,
people eat too much,
they
they
feel bad.
feel bad.
Yeah, me, I feel sleepy. Okay. If you work too much, do you feel tired all the time? If you work too much, do you feel tired all the time? Yes.
Yes,
If I work
I
too much,
if I had if I
if I
work
work too
too
much,
much,
I feel
I
tired
feel
all the
tired
time.
all the time.
Very good. Next, repeat. Age.
Age,
Marry.
marry,
Get married.
get married.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word age is a noun. Age means the number of years someone has lived. For example, I'm 20. No, I'm not 20. I'm 43 years old. My age is 43. Marry is a verb. If we marry someone, we become their husband or wife. To get married means to marry someone. For example, okay, Mr. Brown's wife is Mrs. Brown.
mm,
He married Mrs. Brown, or Mr. Brown got married to Mrs. Brown. In my country, most people get married at the age of 30. Let's practice. At what age did you begin school? At what age did you begin school? I began
I
school
began
at the
school
age of.
at the age of 6.
Very good. Which do you think is the best age for a person to get married? Which do you think is the best age for a person to get married? I think
And I
the
think
best age
the best
for a
age
person
for a
to get
person
married is
to get
about
married is about 28.
years old. Me, I married at
That's
21,
all.
very early. Okay, next.
Mm,
Which do you think was the best age in history to live in? Which do you think was the best age in history to live in? I think
I think the 20th century.
its age, like modern age, prehistoric age, dinosaur age,
Oh,
or
the
medieval
dinosaur.
age. Okay, I think
I think dinosaur age
what was
is
the best age? Was the best age?
what's the age
Was the best age
that was the best
in
age
history to live in?
in history to live in.
Oh, very dangerous. Okay. Do people sometimes marry too young? Do people sometimes marry too young? Yes.
Yes,
People
people
sometimes
sometimes
marry too
marry
young.
too young.
Very good. Next, repeat. Average.
Average.
Very good. Okay, listen. Average is an adjective. For example, in my country, most people work for about 8 hours every day. Or we can say the average number of hours that people work in my country is about 8 hours every day. Let's practice. How much does the average meal cost in the average restaurant in the place where you live? How much does the average meal cost in the average restaurant in the place where you live? The average meal
Average
cost
cost, a meal cost
about
about
how
for
much
100 yen
in the average restaurant
in the average
in
restaurant
the place where I live?
in the place
Where I
I
live.
live,
Where I
where I
live.
live.
Yeah, one ramen. Like okay. What's the average number of hours a day that people work in your country? What's the average number of hours a day that people work in your country? The
The
average number
average
of
number
hours a day
of hours
that
a day
people work in
that
my
people
country
work in my
is about
country is about 9 hours.
right, about how many floors has the average building in your street got? About how many floors has the average building in your street got? The average
The
building
average
in my
the building
street got
in my
about
street had about
got up
3 floors,
got about
got about
three
three
floors.
floors.
Very good. Next, repeat. Thick. One more. Thick.
Thick,
Thin.
thin.
Very good. Okay, listen. Thick is an adjective. For example, this book is thick.
Hmm,
This book is thick. Okay. Thin is an adjective. It is the opposite of thick. For
hmm,
example, this piece of paper is thin.
hmm.
Okay, let's practice. Is this piece of paper thick? Is this piece of paper thick? No, that
No,
piece of
that
paper
piece of
isn't
paper
thick.
isn't thick,
It's thin.
thin.
Is your book thinner than the glass in the window? Is your book thinner than the glass in the window? No, my
No,
book
my book
isn't thinner
isn't
than the glass
thinner
in the window.
than the glass in the window.
It's thicker.
It's thicker,
Very good. Next, repeat. Big,
big,
little.
little.
Very good. Okay, listen. Big and little are both adjectives. Instead of using the words large and small, we can use the words big and little. Okay, let's practice. What words can we use instead of the words large and small? With what words can we use instead of the words large and small? We can use the words
We can
big and
we
little
can use the word big and little
instead of
instead of
the words large and
the
small.
word big, large
Large
and
and
small.
small. Very good. Next, repeat Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Very good. Okay, listen. Generally, we use small instead of little to form the comparative and superlative. We say smaller and smallest, and we don't say littler and littlest. because they are easier to pronounce. Switzerland is the name of a country. It is a smaller country than India. Let's practice. Do we generally say littler and littlest? Do we generally say littler and littlest? No,
No,
we
we
don't.
don't generally sing
Littler
bit, bitter
and
and
littlest.
rigorous.
What do we use instead? What do we use instead? We use
We use
smaller and
smaller
smallest
and
instead.
smallest instead
Why? Why? Because they're
because
easier to
there
pronounce.
is
They're
issue
easier. One more.
easier. They are
Very good.
easier
Because they're easier to pronounce.
because they are easier
To
to
pronounce.
pronounce.
Wait, is Switzerland a bigger country than India? Is Switzerland a bigger country than India? No.
No,
Switzerland
Switzerland
isn't
isn't
a,
bigger than
a,
India.
a bigger country
A
than
bigger
India.
country than India.
It's a smaller country
A smaller
than
country
India.
than India.
Is that a little room you're in? Is that a little room you're in? Yes or no?
Yes,
This is a little
this
room
is a
I'm
little
in.
room I'm in.
Very good. Next, repeat the purse,
Purse,
wallet,
wallet,
usually.
usually.
Very good. Okay, listen. Purse and wallet are nouns. Women generally have purses, and men
Hmm.
generally have wallets. A purse is a small bag that women generally use for carrying things and money. Men carry their cash and cards in their wallets. Let's practice. What's the difference between a purse and a wallet? What's the difference between a purse and a wallet? The difference
The
between
difference
a
between
purse
purse and
and a wallet
a wallet
is that women
that
generally have
women
purses
generally have a
and
purse
men
and
generally have
men
wallets.
generally have wallet.
What does a man carry in his wallet? What does a man carry in his wallet? A man
The
carries
man
his cash
carries his cash
and cards in his
and
wallet.
card in his wallet.
Very good. Next, repeat. Lose,
Boots,
find,
find,
policeman.
policeman.
Very good. Okay, listen. Lose and find are both verbs. To lose means to not have something anymore. For example, I sometimes lose my money. The opposite of the verb to lose is to find. Policeman is a noun. For example, I feel happy if I lose something and then find it again. If I find something in the street worth a lot of money, I take it to the policeman.
Mhm.
Let's practice. Do you ever lose your money? Do you ever lose your money? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
yes, I
some
sometimes lose
lose
my
it.
money.
If you lose your way in a large city, what do you do? If you lose your way in a large city, what do you do? If I
If
lose
I
my
lose
way
my
in a
way
large city,
in a large
I ask
city,
a policeman.
I ask a policeman.
Which do you think is worse to lose, your keys or your wallet? Which do you think it's worse to lose, your keys or your wallet? I think
I
it's
think
worse
it's
to
too
lose.
was to
My
lose my wallet.
Very good. What's the opposite of the verb to lose? What's the opposite of the verb to lose? The
The
opposite
opposite
of the
of the
verb
word to
to lose
lose
is to
is to
find.
find.
If you find something in the street, what do you do with it? If you find something in the street, what do you do with it? If I
If
find
I
something
find
in the
something
street,
in the
I
street,
take it to
I
the
take it
policeman.
to policeman.
How do you feel if you lose something and then find it again? How do you feel if you lose something and then find it again? If I lose something
If I lose
and
something
then find it again,
and then fight again,
I feel happy.
I feel happy.
Very good. Okay, next. Okay, let's talk about the construction find. The word find plus somebody or something plus adjective. Okay, so instead of saying, I think English is easy, okay, so instead of saying, I think English is easy, we can say, I find English easy. So it's the word find plus something, English, and then adjective, easy. Okay, instead of saying, I think John is impolite, we can use find. Okay, we can say, I find John, so that's find plus somebody, and then adjective, impolite. Let's practice. Do you find English easy to learn? Do you find English easy to learn? Yes or yes? Yes,
I
I
yes,
find
I
English
find English
easy to learn.
it, it's easy to learn.
Do you find maps difficult to read? Do you find maps difficult to read? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
find maps.
I find the marks.
I find maps
I find the marks
difficult to read.
difficult to read.
Very good. Okay, so next, repeat to be angry.
To be angry.
Very good. Okay, so now let's talk about the construction. The word make plus somebody or something and then adjective. First one, it's find. Now it's make. Listen, we use make plus somebody or something plus adjective construction to talk about how a person or thing changes another. For example, I waited for my sister for an hour. She made me angry. Okay, let's practice.
Okay.
Do you get angry very easily? Do you get angry very easily? Yes or no?
No, I
I don't
don't get so
angry
very angry.
very oh no. I don't get angry very
No, I
easily.
don't get angry very easily.
What kind of things make you angry? What kind of things make you angry? The kind of things
The kind of
that make
things
me angry
that make me
are
angry
when things go wrong.
are when the
Things go wrong.
things go
When
wrong,
people are
when
making
people
too much
are
noise,
making too much noise,
etc.
etc.
Wicked, what do you do when you're angry? What do you do when you're angry? When I am angry,
When I'm angry,
I go for a walk.
I
I go for a walk.
I go for a walk.
I say nothing.
I say nothing.
Okay, and punch someone. Okay. Do you feel hungry at the moment? Do you feel hungry at the moment? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
don't
don't feel hungry
at
at the
the moment.
moment.
What do you do when you feel hungry? What do you do when you feel hungry? I eat.
I
When
feel
I feel
hungry.
I eat
When I feel hungry, I eat.
when I feel hungry.
When
Okay,
I eat hungry.
but you're also correct. When I feel hungry, I eat. Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to reading.
Okay.
Okay, our reading is at stage 3, paragraph page 196. Last headword was past tense of regular verbs. Okay, please start at the
Okay.
sixth question. When did last season end?
Okay. Uh,
196.
when did your last season end?
Hmm.
Okay. Last season ended on the
Month of
September.
on the month
On
of.
the month of September.
Very good.
September.